गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः सीताया पतये नमः सीताया पतये नमः. So we are looking at यद्यात्मा मलिनो वस्थौ विकारी स्यात् स्वभावतः न हि तस्य भवेन्मुक्तिः जन्मान्तरशतैरपि. So we are seeing.
Alert from Yahoo. Password required.
Yes. So we are looking at how a tree casts a shadow, but the tree has no shadow. It is only on account of the sun that the shadow is created. Similarly, in our life also, there is someone in the back who is giving the light, who is showing the tree called the body, who is showing the shadow called the whole creation. And in this way, our attention, yesterday I was telling Vinay also, that walk in poise. Do everything in poise. Don't do it hardward. Hardward karo. Vinay, if you have to do fast, but remain centered. Remain aware of that power which is making everything happen within you and outside you. And that is important. And you will not understand what it is because it is you. You have not understood yourself, you have not understood your mind also, you have not understood your consciousness also. But if you keep being attentive of it, magic happens in life. You find yourself in the right place at the right time, the illusion, the veil of illusion being removed, and things become present as they are. And that is the power of that. Just like in the presence of the sun, the entire darkness goes away, the veil of darkness goes away. Exactly that veil of darkness, which we call in human beings as ignorance, which appears as nidra, alasya, etc., all that, the duality that you are seeing. बैठ जाओ कहीं ये टेबल थोड़ा साइड पे ले लो. आ जाता है क्या? नहीं होएगा. नहीं होगा. खड़े रहो फिर 10 मिनट. And in this way, that one reality, through its power of veiling, that is his Shakti, it appears as the Virat Purusha. What is the Virat Purusha? This whole universe that you are seeing is Virat Purusha. In that Virat Purusha we are included. In that one individual in this Virat Purusha, is this individual separate from the Virat Purusha, the totality? Are we separate from the totality? No. So that one reality, through its own power, is expressing as the entire total, and we being the part of the total, it is expressing through us also. Catch it. Catch it. That's all you have to do. When you don't catch it, then you do yoga. When you don't catch it, then you do pranayam. When you don't catch it, then you give lectures. When you don't catch it, you study scriptures. When you don't catch it, you go to Tirth Yatra. But will this stop? No, this will continue. This is part of the creation. But don't lose the plot. Plot is, what is that? Not to forget that essence within you. And that essence within you and the essence of the whole universe is one and the same. I was telling Sonali, just like the space in this room and the space in the outside creation is one and the same. The difference is only on account of the walls. Exactly the same way. The consciousness within and the consciousness everywhere is exactly the same. The difference is account of the boundary called the body. So, when you come to Tirtha Yatras, the opportunity is to give up. Yesterday we went to Yamuna. So what was, someone was asking, these ladies were asking, what, Yamuna is Yami. Yami is the sister of Yamraj and sister of Shanidev. And who are they the children of? They are children of Surya Devta. So here, just like when we went to Kailash, we went through Yamadwar. Chardham also begins with by going to visiting Yamuna and taking her darshan. So what do you do here? You drop your body identification. Otherwise, next few 2 weeks, you'll be only complain. It is cold, it is this, it is that, I'm not well, I'm not this. All this will happen. But you have to drop it. Think of something higher. Because where we have to get to? We have to get to Badrinath. So Yamuna helps you to dissolve your body identification. When body identification dissolves, then only knowledge sprouts. And that is represented by Gangaji. Gangaji is Jnana Pradayini, Bhakti Pradayini. And with that knowledge and the dispassion that you cultivate by visiting Kedarnath, then the Virat Purusha, the Ishvara, the Narayana, he will present himself because he is the Devata of the Jagrata Avastha. Or the reality can be caught only in the waking, cannot be caught in the dream or sleep. So keep this big picture in your mind and move through life. And this yatra is only a microcosm of your total life. All challenges that you face in your life, you will face in this one yatra also. And you go through it. And in this way, the Atma, or the here it is Yadyatma malino avasthau vikari syat swabhavataha nahi tasya bhaven muktihi janmantara shatairapi. This Atma which is veiled over by the darkness of ignorance and delusion. Understand, ignorance appears as in two ways. At the totality level, it is called Maya of the Ishvara. At individual level, it is called the mind. And what is that mind? Nothing but a product of ignorance. Okay? And how does ignorance express within us? No. It expresses as forgetfulness of the self, Atma, and projection of the world. These are the two functions of Maya or the mind. Forgetfulness of the self on one hand, and because you have forgotten that you are not the infinite, then the world is projected. And then that self, which is self-contained, complete, full of love, you start expressing that love for the world. This is the ignorance. So now we have to find our way back, that's all. And delusions, and which has faults, flaws and shortcomings by nature of habit, such an Atma of an individual can never find liberation and emancipation called mukti from the horrors of this world in 100 years. Mean, as many lives you can keep taking. Many people have this habit, हमारे बहुत अच्छे कर्म हुए होंगे इसीलिए हमको चार धाम की यात्रा का सौभाग्य मिल रहा है. नहीं, स्वामी जी तो टाइम पास कर रहे हैं. कई लोग बोलते हैं कि हमने अच्छे कर्म किए होंगे. नो, कर्म ओनली ईगो डज. कर्म ओनली द कर्ता डज. द डूअर डज. Doer is an expression of ego. So then what should be our language? प्रभु की कृपा से. तुम्हारा एक भजन है ना, कौन सा है भजन? प्रभु की कृपा, आपकी कृपा. बैठो करते हो तुम कन्हैया, मेरा नाम हो रहा है. देखो, ऐसे ये भाव रहना चाहिए हमेशा कि आपकी कृपा से सब कुछ हो रहा है. ये नहीं कि मैंने कर्म किए थे, अच्छे कर्म किए थे. और अभी तीर्थ यात्रा करके और पुण्य कर्म इकट्ठे कर रहा हूँ, बेवकूफ. So, as long as you remain engaged in the world, thinking that the world is real, you are only asking for trouble in your life. Meaning, what is that trouble? That shanti kabhi nahi milegi. क्योंकि world is continuously changing. So how can a changing world give you permanent शांति? तो हमारे को परमानेंट शांति कहाँ मिलती है? सोते समय, वो भी टेम्पररी है. दूसरी मरते समय, मरने के बाद वो भी हमें पता नहीं, क्योंकि मरने के बाद किसको क्या पता है, हैं? अगर भूत बन गए तो भी शांति नहीं है, क्योंकि ढूंढते रहोगे कहाँ से मेरे को शांति मिले. तो शांति पानी है तो इसी जीवन में, इसी क्षण, in this moment, with every step, with every action, with every speech, with wherever your senses are engaging, come back to the origin of everything. Come back to the origin and remain content in that. Pashyanti munayo mukta swatmanam paramarthatah vikarahinam nirdukham anandatmanam avyayam. Pious and holy sages, saints, seers, hermits and ascetics see or perceive their Atma as spiritually elevated and liberated, meaning the soul. That's how they are saying here, faultless and immaculate, without any sorrows, anguish and torments, blissful and happy, as well as an imperishable, eternal and infinite entity. So, who are these? You, all sages were also like you and me. So what have they come to realize? The Atma. And what is the nature of Atma? That it is Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupa Satchit Ananda Ekameva Advitiya Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. And all. And where is all this? Who is all this? The self within, the life within, the consciousness within, the essence within, because of which even the Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankar are functioning, because of which the senses are functioning, because of which the body is functioning. But that one is unmoving, that one is undoing, it's not doing anything, it's just sitting there. The sun just came out and we all woke up. Did sun do anything for us? Did it say, hey, wake up, I am up now? But the sun comes out, activity starts. Similarly, wherever Atma is, the activity of intellect, mind, senses and body, it starts. And keep that in your mind for today. That will be your contemplation. Aham karta sukhi dukhi krusha sthuleti yamatihi sapyaham kruti sambandhad atmanyaropyate janaihi. I am the doer, I am happy or sorrowful, I am well fed, I am robust and body, I am emaciated, I am decrepit, I am tired, I am happy, I am having altitude sickness. I don't want to walk to the Kedarnath, I want helicopter. I. So what did I just now tell you? How does Ahankar express? So avidya expresses as forgetfulness of the self and projection of the world. How does ego express? Karta and bhokta as the doer and the enjoyer. And so this is how we are functioning. And aham karta, sukhi dukhi, I am happy, I am. So what is the solution for this? Sukha dukha same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yuddhasva na shochati na kamshati. So sukha dukha same kritva, remain in the center of joys and sorrows. Don't get disturbed, excited by joys, don't get depressed by sorrows. Then don't complain about loss and don't get joyful about the gains. Don't get exhilarated by victory. Yeah, I did it. What you did? I walked to Mano Yamatri and came back. You. our Shilpa, yesterday she said very nice thing. She said, Swamiji, I walked 25,000 steps without moving one leg. Taking one step. Because that rocking, the watch was calculating that she's doing so many steps. ये मजा है जीने का. So this is what is our misconception about our Atma. That we consider this Atma to be the doer. We consider this Atma to be the enjoyer. We consider this Atma to be hungry or seeing or touching or feeling or emotional or I can't do this or I can do this or I am happy or I am sorrowful or I like this or I dislike this. Get out of all these opposites. The moment you start giving zero value to the opposites of life, you are automatically in the center. So will you be able to delete the opposites? No. Life will keep throwing opposites at you. Then what you have to do? Not get influenced by them. Not get influenced by them. And that you have to find. I can only talk. Scriptures can only convey the message. But we have to practice. We have to walk the path. Nobody can walk it for us. And in this manner, and this a man that has due influence and when he starts giving value to these opposites, he starts considering himself not to be the essence. He starts considering himself to be the one who comes and goes, who is transitory. Because थोड़ी देर के लिए पहले खुशी थे, अभी रोने लग गए. कुछ दिन पहले हम पैदा नहीं हुए थे, अब पैदा हो गए, फिर उसके बाद हम चले जाएंगे. तो in this manner we keep preparing for or shunting from good and bad, from likes and dislikes, from joys and sorrows, and whole life is only shunting. And who are you? The permanent one. अब देख लो. And then you blame God. काहे को दुनिया बनाई? दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई? दुनिया उसने वो तो कह रहा है मैंने तो अपने आप से बनाई है, सब कुछ आनंदमय है, तुम ही दुख अनुभव कर रहे हो, तो उसमें से निकलो. उसके लिए सिर्फ अपने को अपना माइंडसेट चेंज करना है. यू हैव टू जस्ट चेंज योर एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स एवरीथिंग, एंड दैट्स व्हाट द स्क्रिप्चर्स आर गाइडिंग अस. we'll leave it here. They are all waiting. नहीं तो थोड़ा सा कर लेते अभी. And the person forgets that Atma is not the body and erroneously starts identifying with the body as I. This individuality that you are expressing or accepting yourself to be, that I am Vipin, I am this, I am that. It is an error. It is an error of your thinking. You are essentially Atma. What we saw before, the saints, sages, munis, realized masters, they have come to realize that. You think they don't have their wives? They have their wives also. They have their children also. But they don't forget that they are the Atma. Then why are you forgetting? Because you have not been told, you have not put your attention on that principle, which is the permanent one. All you have to do is shift your attention while moving in the world to that constant principle which is not coming and going. In its light, everything is happening. Dhire dhire, in a day, if you do it even 10 times initially, good. Dhire dhire it will increase 15 times, 20 times, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Dhire dhire it will become your sthai bhav. And in this way, vadanti veda vidvansaha sakshinam prakrite param bhoktaram buddhva sarvatra samavasthitam. Those who are expert in the knowledge contained in the Vedas call him a witness. So all the sadhana that you do in yoga and all, it only can bring you to samadhi. In samadhi, you are the witness of nothing, void. And hopefully that witnessing translates in your daily life also. whatever is happening around it and is beyond the purview of Prakriti. So this witness, this is your ego. ये ego finger है ना? This is your ego. When it is identified with body, mind, intellect, when it is identified with it, it is called ego. When it is disidentified with it, it is called sakshi. It is called witness. And when it is not giving value to this, it is not getting identified with body, mind, and intellect, over a period of time, they stop having any momentum, just like in sleep. And the body, mind, and intellect, the thought of it, and all the thoughts within them, they all become unmanifest. But this fellow, what will he do? The I. Pehle, I was this, I was body, I was thinking, I was emotional, I was homesick, I was tired, I walked without walking. No, उसकी बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. काश वो I क्या कहते हैं, I watch, it could calculate. There were 4 people walking, and it could calculate 25 times 4, 100,000 steps in one यात्रा. और अगर जो घोड़े पे बैठे थे, घोड़े के 4 पैर हैं, तो 4 पैर कैलकुलेट हो रहे हैं. And in this way, so this I, when it identifies with body, mind, intellect, it is called ego. When it disidentifies and stops giving value and importance, it is called sakshi, which is being told here in this verse. And when there is nothing to identify with, because it has got dissolved, just like before going to sleep. It is not that you go into void. Then this, if you remain awake, at that very moment, you will go back to your source. And that is this Gyan Mudra. So this opportunity is there before going to sleep every night. You're so tired, उस समय जागे रहो, देखते रहो क्या हो रहा है. Be alert. और फिर अगले दिन कंप्लेन मत करना, स्वामी जी you gave an exercise, now we didn't sleep also. Problem. So वदन्ति वेद विद्वांसः साक्षिणं प्रकृते परं भोक्तारमक्षयं बुद्ध्वा सर्वत्र समवस्थितं. But this Atma, it is not influenced by Prakriti. It is not influenced by Prakriti. This witness is ever the witness. I have given this example before. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti come and go, but there is someone who is knowing it, isn't it? That fellow is this. This is Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. You can take it that way also. So you are the witness. You have not, in your presence, this consciousness is borrowed as the waker with reference to the waking world. It is borrowed as the dreamer and expressed with reference to the dream world. But you are not changing. You are always the witness. तो ये याद रखो बस, और कुछ नहीं करना है. And in this way, with this, without this Atma, Prakriti, which is your mind at the individual level, cannot put any efforts, cannot do or undo anything. It is all because there is Atma, the mind is functioning. Without the Atma, mind cannot cannot even move a grain of sand. Grain of sand for mind will be what? Cannot even have one thought. And this Atma is imperishable, samavasthitam. It is present, just like space is present, samavasthitam. It is everywhere. Even inside, every cell of this body or every atom of this body is 99.999% space. So we are looking at gross structures, but that gross structure essentially is nothing but empty space. Even more pervasive than space is this Atma. It is pervading that space also. And that you are, don't forget. And in this way, contemplate. Om Hamsa Shiva Soham. Om Hamsa Shiva Soham. सोऽहं हंसः शिवः सा शिवा सोऽहं हंसः हंसा शिवा सोऽहं सोऽहं हंसः शिवः सा शिवा सोऽहं हंसः हंसा शिवा सोऽहं सोऽहं हंसः शिवः सा शिवा सोऽहं हंसः Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om. Om Brahma